Here's 5 things your bird needs every day, and many bird owners don't do the last one on the list. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and having a fantastic week. Pickles and Scampi have joined me today to talk about 5 things that your bird needs every single day. This is not an extensive list. There are so many things that our birds need every single day, isn't there, Scampi? But these are 5 essentials. So I'm going to go through them today, and quite a lot of people don't do the last one, which may surprise you. So number 1 on my list is offering your bird fresh food and water. It's really important. You can't just fill your bird's bowl all the way to the top with seeds or pellets and think that'll do them for a few days to a week. It's not good enough. Our parrots need to be eating fresh food in the morning, and then our drier food in foraging throughout the day, training, and also dry food in the evening as well. Some people do fresh food in the evening too, but your bird needs to have replenished food every day. The other problem when you just fill your bird's bowl up and kind of let them get on with it is there's a good chance that the portioning is not going to be correct. We need to be portioning out our birds' food every day to make sure that they're being given the correct amount, and also the amount where they're not going to selectively feed. You may also find that if you are feeding an all-seed diet, which is not recommended, that if you feed your bird a big bowl of seed and then a few days later you think, oh, there's loads of seeds in there, it may just be full of seed husks and there may not actually be any food in there. So please, please, please make sure you are feeding your bird fresh foods in the morning and dry foods in the evening, and feeding them fresh food every day. Even if you feed your bird pellets, feed them a day's worth of pellets in that bowl. When you feed that, don't just put loads and loads of pellets in there. Again, another reason for that, if you're feeding fresh in the morning, they're going to be less likely to eat it if they prefer the pellets. So they may just gorge on the pellets, not eat the fresh food, and then you're kind of defeating the purpose of trying to feed them a healthy diet. Number 2 on my list is positive reinforcement training. You need to be working with your bird and training with them every single day. This is going to help with bonding and with training and with building a great relationship with them. Again, sometimes people say to me, my bird doesn't like me, my bird doesn't trust me, my bird's scared of me, what do I do? You train with them, you work with them, and you teach them that you are an awesome human being, you've got all the tasty snacks, and you are going to respect their body language, listen to them when they say no, and reinforce them when they say yes, and you are going to build this awesome friendship with this feathered friend. Now, you don't have to train for hours and hours every day. Most birds' crops are going to get pretty full by then, but we normally recommend about 2 to 3 training sessions a day and about 1 to 5 minutes per training session as well. You always want to end on a positive. Don't just wait till your bird gets bored and wanders off. You want them wanting more, you want them wanting to participate. That's a great place to stop because it keeps training fun and interesting. And make sure you're using the correct training treats for your bird so they actually find them reinforcing. I have a whole video on top 5 treats for small birds which you may enjoy. I'll leave a card at the top and a link in the description. Now, as part of training, you'll also be working on just spending time with your bird and interacting with them. It's really important to do every day. We don't want to be ignoring our birds. We don't want to be so busy that we don't have time for them. You are part of their flock and they need you to be able to have an awesome life. As you can see here, Pickles has decided that we just have to have a cuddle now. This often happens mid-filming, but I love it really. And number 3 on my list is enrichment. Enrichment is something that's mentally and or physically stimulating for your bird. I did this amazing talk with Robin Sullivan of the Leather Elves and Dr. Jason Korean, and we talked all about the different kinds of enrichment that you can offer your bird. There are so many different ways that you can offer enrichment, through diet, through their toys you offer them, and just making sure the materials are appropriate as well. We also have a nutritional enrichment course on our website, bestbehaviourBirds.com, which you can check out. But there are loads of ways that we can make our birds' lives amazing. They are excellent at problem solving, and foraging is a great way to fulfill that need, because in the wild most parrots would spend about 50 to 70% of their waking day foraging. So we need to do what we can to try and meet the same kind of requirements that they need in our homes. Something else that we need to do with our birds, which is number 4 on the list, is to let them self-entertain. Quite often we get messages with people saying, if I'm not with my bird, then they don't know how to play with toys, they just kind of sit there and be a perched potato, they don't really do anything, they kind of go into standby mode. And we don't want that. We want our birds to be having just as much fun with us as without us. And we need to sometimes teach them how to self-entertain, because quite often, again, if our birds don't know how to self-entertain and they rely too much on us for their confidence and for their ability to investigate things, there's a good chance that there could be some separation anxiety forming, which is not a good thing. It's really hard to work through. So if we can teach our birds how to interact with their environment safely and get them thinking and get their confidence up, it can be really important for their overall mental health, but also just keeping them busy and keeping them active as well. Of course, it's super important to interact with your bird every day and train with them and spend loads of time with them. It is important for them to be able to do that on their own, because we need to live our lives as well, and we may have to go to school, college, university, work. We may just want to go out and do something one day, so we need to make sure that our birds can self-entertain. Finally, number 5 on my list, unfortunately, is one that quite a lot of parrot owners don't do. So this is really important. If you don't do it, I'm not judging you, I'm just telling you it's probably best to start now. And that is to clean your food and water bowls every single day. I cannot stress this enough. Again, I know we have busy lives. We've got 8 birds here and we never fail to wash up our food and water bowls every day. We wash up the water bowls first thing in the morning, wash up the food bowls first thing in the morning, and then we are ready to go. There's no real excuse for it, because it does take seconds to wash up bowls. Now you may be thinking, well, it looks clean, you know, why should I wash it up every day anyway? There is going to be a bacteria buildup. If you are feeding anything, if your bird is interacting with their water in any way, if they've put food in their water, if they've pooped in their water, if they've washed in their water, there is going to be a bacteria buildup. Now, I'm not crazy funny about germs and things like that and saying you need to disinfect everything every minute of every day, but you do need to wash up your bowls every day. And again, if you don't believe me about the water bowls and you think, well, the water looks clean, the bowl looks clean, empty out the water bowl at the end of the day or the next day and run your finger over it, because I guarantee there is going to be a slimy bacteria film that you may not have noticed just by looking at it. It is gross and it is a clear sign that these bowls need to be washed up every day. It's good hygiene. I mean, you wouldn't want to drink out of a dirty glass or a dirty bowl or something. You wouldn't want to serve up your dinner onto a plate you've already used. That sounds pretty gross. So think about that with your birds as well. Keep things clean, because that's also going to keep your birds healthy. That's going to keep the likelihood of them needing to go to the vet very low, and it's just good practice as well. So I'd like to know down in the comments what you think bird owners should be doing every single day for their birds. As I said, this is not an extensive list. This is just a few things I'd like you to think about with your husbandry routine with your birds and trying to give them the best lives possible. So let me know down in the comments what you think bird owners should be doing every day. But from me, Pickles and Scampi, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a great day. Take care and see you later.